If I was smart, I probably would have just said, well, God doesn't want me to go live this afternoon. But my name's Ken Tracy, and I do a morning show every day called Coffee with Ken, where I drink some coffee and talk to the audience and engage the audience. And I've been doing it for a while on various social media platforms. And my audience grows every day, and I have a lot of fun doing it. This afternoon, I had the day off work, and I was considering just relaxing and doing nothing this afternoon. But I was taking a nice hot bath, full of plenty of bubbles, was laying there feeling good, and thought, what the heck? I got nothing to do this afternoon. I'll be busy tomorrow. Maybe I could hop on live and see if anybody wants or cares to engage or follow along in my story on a Tuesday afternoon. So anyway, about 15 minutes ago, I went live, and the audience was acting kind of funny. I usually get a lot of engagement on my show, people asking questions, I don't know, taking part and just being engaged. And I got a couple of comments, but nobody followed up with anything. And my audience was, which on a lot of afternoons might be 50 to 100 people watching me drink coffee and talk every day. I didn't get more than 2 people watching. And nobody engaged, nobody asked a question, nobody said anything. And I had a viewer say, it keeps spinning, there's a problem with the feed. So part of me thought God did not want me to go live this afternoon, which is a lesson I've learned, that things happen for a reason. But another part of me thought, hey, let's show a little extra determination. And although I've already tried to talk for 10 minutes on YouTube Live, let's hop back on and see if it works a little bit better now. So if anybody is watching, could you please let me know if you can hear me? So, hello, Randy. How are you today, and can you hear me? I had a problem, a technical problem. You can see and hear me. Awesome news, Randy. Again, I talked for about 10 minutes, and I had a few people hop on, but nobody, Again, Randy, I think you watched my show. I usually get people saying things and asking me questions and getting engaged, and we usually have a pretty nice audience. It wasn't so this afternoon. So I was sitting there kind of flapping my gums and wondering what the heck's going on. Randy says he can almost smell me. Well, I think I smell pretty good, Randy. I just got out of the bathtub. Let's see, Popeye says, what's up, Ken? Keep up the prayers. Julie Costello said she's going to be on guard. I do not know what that means, Julie, but I don't need to. And again, those that watch my show a lot, I like having fireplaces on my TV. Instead of a fireplace today, we got this beautiful scene of a patio along a lake in fall with a nice fireplace and a really neat home, a wood and rock home. And that just looks like an amazing place to be. I'll tell you, I hate to say it, I don't drink, and I haven't drank in a bunch of years. But just sitting out there looks like a great place to have friends over. And usually when you have friends over, I don't know, there's drinking involved. So whether you're having a glass of wine, or maybe your buddy's having a bourbon or a scotch on the rocks or something like that, it seems befitting of that scene. But maybe since I don't drink anymore, I could just have coffee. Maybe. Any advice on getting a job as a server? You can't seem to get any callbacks since I don't have any server experience. Well, I know a bunch of places hired that don't have server experience. You could take a job as a host to start off. I would walk into restaurants and say, hello, my name is Daniel. I'm wondering if you're hiring for the server position. Is there a manager available? And ask for a manager, because the hostess is trained to give you a paper application or tell you to apply online. If you actually have the ability to get in front of the manager, I think your odds of being hired are tenfold, because I think generally the manager is going to be impressed that you had the balls to walk in and ask for a job to his face. So that's what I do. You know, worst case, you could take a job as a host or something like that to get a little experience. You could take a job as a busboy to get a little experience. But I know there's a whole bunch of restaurants that'll hire you as a server with little to no experience. My oldest daughter, she's 19, she goes to school in Iowa, and I know I'd say just keep at it. Keep applying, keep knocking on doors, and keep going into restaurants, asking if the manager's there and applying. You know, you could take a job as a host or be a busboy first, but honestly, you keep at it. You go into 5 restaurants every day in your town, somebody is going to hire you in the next 2 weeks. And again, I don't know how big a town you live in, but again, I don't think you need to go crazy on any one day. I think you eat an elephant one bite at a time. And I know I came back from Yellowstone about a little over a year ago, and rather than say, hey, I'm going to get a job that day, I said I'm going to walk into 5 restaurants that day and ask for the manager and see if they're hiring. So I'd just say keep at it. Yeah, I'd say keep at it. Yeah, no problem. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Daniel. It means a lot to me. Hello, Candace. How are you? Hello. Am I even here? Somebody's asking if they're even here. Oh, you know what I don't hear right now is the sound of my coffee percolating. So come with me. We're going to go grab some coffee. And again, this is just a experimental afternoon thoughts with Ken, or coffee with Ken. I usually go live every morning. I had the day off. I got everything I needed to done. Honestly, I did not go to the gym, but I didn't really need to. I went yesterday. But outside of that, I got everything done. I posted a few good videos. I got them seen a lot of times. I was sitting down, wondering what my early evening was gonna look like. And honestly, my priority, I wanna grow Coffee with Ken, my social media page. I think it matters, I think it offers value, and I have a lot of experiences and an ability to tell a story that seems to connect with an audience. Chris said it is 5:23 and it's completely dark outside. Well, it's 4:24 and it's going to be completely dark soon. Randy said everything is going to be all right. I like that attitude. Schlevel, I'm back. Yeah, no, I tried it. I talked for like 10 minutes, Schlevel. And then somebody said that something was wrong with the feed, so I started over. Let me see, this guy said, hello, I had my final interview on Friday and haven't heard back yet. In past final interviews at big companies, I got offers the next day. When should you expect a response? Well, honestly, it sounds like you got more experience than me with this, but you did your final interview on Friday and today is Monday. You know, I think in a final interview, I would hope they would offer you the job. And I don't know, I don't have a world of experience in this, or who you were interviewing with, or what have you. You know, but your final interview sounds like you had a couple, three already, maybe. You should have a pretty good idea whether you want to work for them, and hopefully they'd have a pretty good idea whether they want you to work for, or you to work for them, and you know what I'm saying. So I would like, on a final interview, that they offer me a job. Other than that, I'd be nervous. Let's see, most Anglo-Saxon man you've ever seen. Hello, Connie. Hello, Chris. And no, this is not Bruce. This is not Bruce. But anyway, although this show is not Coffee with Ken, this is a cheap spin-off of Coffee with Ken that I'm doing just because I got a little free time. I usually read the Bible, a couple chapters for you at night. But I don't usually do that till about 7 o'clock. I have nothing really on the docket between now and then, so I thought I'd hop on live. And if I'm going live, you know, for those that have watched a while, you know I'm usually drinking a little bit of coffee as well. So I've got a nice hot cup of coffee. It is the Starbucks Cinnamon Dolce, and I am excited to have my first sip of this delicious brew of coffee that I haven't had for probably a year. You know, most of you probably don't drink coffee late in the afternoon or early evening. You do you. If you're drinking a beer, that's fine by me. But I'm gonna have a nice sip of coffee. Cheers to us. I'm so happy I picked that up. I'm so happy I picked that up. It wasn't even on sale. $9.99 for a bag of Starbucks. But again, I hadn't purchased any Cinnamon Dolce in quite some time, so I'm gonna have another sip. Oh, I've been adding a lot of cinnamon powder. I was staying with a dude, I don't know, in January of this year, so 10, 11 months ago. And he kind of introduced me to the beauty that is adding cinnamon to a cup of coffee. And I've been doing that. I go to Starbucks, I go to a coffee shop around here in Appleton, Wisconsin. I usually have them add some cinnamon powder. But I don't own any cinnamon powder here, and I tend to drink my coffee black. And I'll tell you, with the cinnamon already in the coffee grounds, however they do it, is really nice. So I'm gonna have another sip. Julie Costello said, almost $10 for a cup of coffee. Now that's not really true. I mean, I was at Starbucks today, and I bought a large cup of coffee, and it was $3.43. You know, I think we like to throw around these exaggerations, if you will, that it's 10 bucks for a cup of coffee. No, it's 10 bucks for a big milkshake with a ton of whipped cream with a little bit of caffeine in it or what have you. You can spend at Starbucks, but to get a cup of coffee, it's still cheap. It's still a great, great deal there. You have an offer at Audi. No. Are you going to be a car salesman at Audi? I don't know if I ever actually met with Audi to be a car sales guy. I've met with various car dealerships and have inquired about a car sales position, and I've never worked for a car dealership. I don't think they've ever offered me a job. The Kia dealership where I bought my Kia Soul last year said they'd hire me, but I'm not sure. What are the benefits of cinnamon in coffee? Great taste. Tastes great. Somebody says, I do look like an Audi salesman. I've had people tell me if they built a statue of what a car salesman would look like, it would look like me. I don't think I'd be that good. I'm not that good at sales. I don't close. I'd want to give everything away. And I think in today's auto industry, they make most of their money on extended warranties and extra little bells and whistles that I wouldn't purchase if I was buying a car today. And I think that would be hard for me because I'd have a hard time selling something that I wouldn't buy. I sure would love to get them behind the wheel and take them for a spin on a nice Audi with leather seats and a great stereo. And I think I could get them excited about buying the car. But I wouldn't want to be twisting their arms or getting them to spend their money on things they probably don't need. Musa, I would say use cinnamon to taste. I am drinking a cup of the Starbucks Cinnamon Dolce, and it is a cinnamon flavored coffee where I don't actually put any of it in myself, but it's nice. Really nice. Schlevel said, don't Audis basically sell themselves? I don't know, but that sounds like a good sales line, Schlevel. I'm not sure. I don't know if they basically sell themselves. I'll tell you what does sell itself is a house. And any would-be realtors out there. I think I could help people get excited about buying an Audi. I think I have a passion for cars and a childlike thrill of them that I think is contagious, if you will, and a want to buy one myself, a love of the new car smell, a love of the sound of the engine purring, or yeah, I think I could do a good job. I work at Williams Automotive and Imports on Route 76 next to Oinks. We sell Audi and need salespeople. Come in. What's Oinks? And what's Route 76? Google Chrome said this lamp is to die for and that I have exquisite taste. I think Brian says he buys too many motorcycles. And 605 said, I need a real fireplace, not a candle. Well, I don't have a real fireplace, but I do have a candle. Oh, we got a lot of gearheads joining me today. This is not my typical audience. I'm hoping I'm picking up some subscribers, by the way. Again, I was laying in the tub about 40 minutes ago, and I said, what am I going to do this afternoon? I don't know. Well, let's go live, see if anybody joins me, if there's any demand for it. It seems we have slight demand. We have 20 more people watching. We got 7 thumbs up. Somebody said, fire is fire, but I hope you have a heater. Well, my house does have heating. I live in an apartment, and yes, there is heating in my apartment. I don't have a real fireplace. I'm watching an image of some autumnal scene along a lake of some beautiful home with a fireplace. I usually have a fireplace crackling. Let me show you what I'm looking at again. There's what I'm looking at. Isn't that pretty? With the relaxing little piano music. Watching the leaves fall and the water kind of ripple. Boats off in the distance. That's right. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to talk for or how much I have for you. But again, I go live every morning. I have a lot of fun doing it. I edit all my videos into shorts, reels, and TikToks, and they become, often will get seen by a whole heck of a lot of people. I don't have any niche that I talk about, but I don't know, I think I talk about a wide variety of topics. It seems to connect with the audience pretty well. Am I from the United States? Yes, I am. I'm from Wisconsin. Jay, how old are you? You wish people your age were as chill as me. I'm not always chill. I just feel, I mean, it's gonna sound weird. I feel sleepy the last few days, but kind of contently sleepy. I've had a couple days off, 3 days off, and I'm not back to work till tomorrow. And I don't know. Usually I'd be uptight and trying to get a bunch of stuff done. But today I just thought, hey, God wants me to have the day off. Let's take a bath and relax a little bit. And that's what I did. And here I am talking to you. Yeah. So yeah, do we want to talk more about car sales? Would you like to talk about mental health, sobriety, divorce, financial highs and lows, the stock market, real estate, my lamp, blue shirts? I'd be open to anything. But again, I don't need to force the conversation. I'm going to be reading a couple chapters from the Bible tonight. And what's my dream? I don't know what you mean, what's my dream? It's weird because some people, like somebody asked me this morning if I could do anything other than content creation, what would be my dream job? And I thought about a few dream jobs over the last month or so and applied to a few and didn't hear back. If that guy that's asking about the server position, and you're applying to jobs and you don't hear back, don't feel you're alone, because it happens to a lot of us. But you just keep going. What was I saying? Oh, so what's my dream? Right now, if I could do anything, or if anything would be, my dream would be to be with my kids full time in a happily married situation. And I tried to force that dream so much that I got married probably when I shouldn't have, a couple of years ago. And too quickly and too maybe for passion reasons instead of quality relationship. And I tried to make it happen or create something that shouldn't have been created. And unfortunately, I ended up divorced again. And I mean, honestly, if I had a dream, it'd be me sitting with my kids, either the little ones or the big ones. If I had my older daughters over, I'd love it. And if we watched The Chosen tonight, that would seem like a dream. And I could make dinner for them. If I had my little ones over, getting them ready for bed and brushing their teeth and maybe watching Miss Rachel or a little Sesame Street or kicking balloons around, that would be a dream for me as well. But outside of that, I think I'm doing a pretty good job of living my dream and chasing my dreams. Being a full-time content creator, working hard in the meantime, and growing my audience a little bit every day. So we're moving towards a glorious audience this evening. With 30 people watching, we got 11 thumbs up. Jane is on season 3 of The Chosen. My oldest daughter, the reason I brought it up with her, messaged me the other day and said she just binge watched the whole first season. And I go, oh, I understand. And I'm almost jealous of you that are watching The Chosen for the first time and just kind of working your way through it. Because I finished it up 2 or 3 months ago. And honestly, I thought the show was over. I thought they'd finished it. I may not have watched it had I known that they still had more seasons to make. And all of a sudden, it ended. And I'm going, wait a minute. This is the story about Jesus. He hasn't been crucified or reborn yet. This can't end here. What is going on? And then I got on the internet, Googled, and said, oh, season 6 will be out whenever it'll be out. I go, holy crud. I gotta wait. I'm not used to that. Not used to that at all. What time is it over here? It is 4:42. Hello from Poland. How are you? And if anybody out there found yourself in a similar situation to me and watched The Chosen, you got through season 5, Judas kisses Jesus on the cheek, and then it ends, and you're frustrated, I have a solution for you. Look up The House of David. Amazingly good as well, about the king of Israel, the famous one that fought Goliath when he was a boy. And I watched season 1 and thought that was amazing as well. And I'm not only recommending like religious shows, although it seems like it, or biblical shows, because I normally wouldn't. But I think both of them were so well made and kind of interesting, because what do they say? The Bible's the greatest story ever told. It's a great story, and again, The Chosen was great, spirituality or not. I think it's just almost like an adventure story of a group of men and a couple women as well, as they travel, face challenges, and question their own faith, and are just regular people at the end of the day, which is interesting. So it's Tuesday afternoon. Oh, we have somebody else from Poland. We have a great Polish audience today. Got 26 people watching, and according to the people, we got 2 of them from Poland at least. I love a good international audience. But anyway, it's 4:45. And part of me just wants to have a quiet evening and maybe crack open the Bible a little early tonight and read a couple chapters and maybe find a movie to watch and enjoy my last free night before it's back to work. But I did just want to hop on and say good evening to you guys and invite you to follow along in my little journey. I drink coffee, I talk about random things, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. I hope your Tuesday went well. Feels so funny now that they've shifted the clocks back, how dark it gets, how soon. And it's 4:45. It's pretty darn dark out there already, and it's just gonna, days are just gonna get shorter for the next month and a half before we start heading the other direction and the sun starts moving south. Yeah. But anyway, again, it's Tuesday night, and I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful day. Want to thank you for joining me for a cup of cinnamon dolce coffee. Hope you're having a nice evening. You are feeling good. You are loving yourself. You are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.